guys, and welcome back to this channel. In today's video I wanted to share the top 10 books that I recommend for teaching your preschooler at home their numbers, and these are a selection of picture books that I have on hand which teach my children the numbers 1 through 10 or 1 through 5, and also the number 0 because 0 is a number. And I'm just going to do a quick review of these books for you. So the first book is the Crayons Book of Numbers, and these are the crayons that are featured in the book The Day the Crayons Quit by Oliver Jeffers. And so the crayons have the similar opinions which they feature in that book. That's a book which I teach my children their colours with, but this number book teaches them to count the crayons as they go missing. The next book is called 10 Black Dots, and it's more of a visual representation of each number, so your child can begin to be familiar with recognising an amount of items rather than recognising the written number. So it shows a variety of formations for each number. So we have 1 black dot, then 2 black dots, and it presents them in different ways, so your child can quickly recognise a certain amount of items. The next one is a classic storybook. It's called The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and it's not actually a specific number book, but I use this to teach numbers 1 through 5 because in the book he eats a certain amount of fruit for each day of the week, on Monday to Friday, so we have a perfect example of counting 1 to 5 in this book. The next book is a Peter Rabbit finger puppet book which I got, and that only covers 1 to 5 as well, but I love introducing my children to the works of Beatrix Potter, and I like them to be able to see the characters in different books. So this is a fun book where they can recognise characters that we find in other books through our read aloud time. This next book is called My First Book of Numbers, and this is one of the first books we got for our son when he was really first born, because it has such strong visual colours, and we were doing a lot of black and white sensory books from early on, and then bright colours as well, and this is a great fun book for counting 1 to 10. This next book is called 10, and I think this is just a self-published book, I'm not sure, but I found this on Amazon, and it has an interesting way of presenting the numbers, and it just has 1 page for each number, and it's not really a story, it just introduces different themes around that number, where you can find that number, how you can make up that number from other numbers, counting on your hands that number, and just sayings that are around each of those numbers, like 2's company or 5's a crowd, or I don't know. You Can Count on Dinosaurs is the next book. Now I have 2 boys, so they just are drawn to dinosaurs, and I got this book out from our local library, and I had to go ahead and get a copy for myself. And this is a fun book where they're trying to count dinosaurs, but one of the dinosaurs keeps eating other dinosaurs, so it's almost impossible. But it's a fun book, that one. The next book is a Roald Dahl 1, 2, 3. If you saw my other book on alphabet books, you know I have a Roald Dahl alphabet book, and I just like introducing the beautiful illustrations of Roald Dahl and the characters from Roald Dahl to my children through these simple number books and alphabet books, and hopefully they might go on to read Roald Dahl and enjoy those stories as they get older. The next book is a Nibbles Book of Numbers, and that's another one that I found in the library and had to go and order a copy. And this is just about, it's kind of a rhyming book where a monster called Nibbles is nibbling all the pages, and there's a certain amount of holes which appear throughout the book according to what number you're up to. And then he goes out of the end of the book. So that's a little fun book as well. This next book is called The Digits Number Jumble, and this has got more number recognition, written number recognition in this book, because the story is that the numbers find apartments, which each number has a specific apartment number, and everything in their apartment is supposed to be shaped like them, but there's a bit of a mix-up. So a lot of the furniture and things are shaped like the numbers who are supposed to live there. And there's also another few books by this author which I'd love to get. This one is called How to Count to One, and this is a good book because it challenges your child to think before answering. Sometimes they can become automatic when you're asking questions, particularly if they know they're counting and it's a counting book. They'll just say what they know rather than actually think about it. So this challenges your child to count certain things on the page, but then it sort of is misleading. While they'll ask you to count the worms, but then they'll say specifically the worm wearing a hat or something like that. So it's more thought goes behind your child engaging with this book. The next one is called The Hueys Non the Number. And this one is all about the number 0, and it has a bit of counting in there as well. Goes up to 10 and then talks about taking things away and leaving you with 0, and how 0 is a number. And this is quite a factual book, really. At the end there explains a little bit about why mathematicians say that 0 is a number, and I found that really interesting, and we review this every now and again, and it's by Oliver Jeffers again. So that is everything that we're using currently to teach numbers, and I do have some ideas for other number books, or mathematical books rather, that I would like to get, but these are just the books I'm using for counting numbers, not really going into maths equations or theories or anything like that. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to know, and always looking to add more books to my collection. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.